Hi friends, this is Carmen. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. So glad you're here. I have a repotting video for you today. I'm going to be moving some of my newer plants into the tanks green stuff soil, the Della tanks and the cactus soil. And I also have a discount code for you guys for the tanks green stuff. They have a new website now that's taking orders, so you don't have to get it through Amazon anymore. You can get it directly from them, and I'm going to give you that discount code in the video. So let's get to it. Okay, I have got my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. I've got 5 plants I'm going to be repotting today, but only one of them is going to be in the cactus mix, which is this right here. Let's see if I can show you a little better here. Which is this one. See, it's very chunky, lots of pumice, and lots of nutrients in it. And the one that I'm going to put in that is this one right here, the ant plant. It's looking a little droopy right now because I hadn't watered it, and then I felt so bad for it. I gave it a little bit of water so it doesn't die on me, but I'm going to give it a good drink once we're all done. So these, if you remember my video when I got this, these are epiphytes. They basically grow on trees, these ant plants. So the soil that it's in, it'd be fine for it for a while, but I wanted to get it in something that's a little bit more faster draining and a little bit chunkier. I didn't want to mount it, but I wanted it in something that would be more inclined to what it is used to. So get this out of here, and I have no idea what these roots will look like, to be honest. They actually look really good. Make sure that's in frame. Okay, so the soil is a little bit moist. I will take the soil off. There's still a little bit of moss in here from when it arrived. It had moss on top. I took that off. And just gently, ever so gently, and I am going to put it back in this little 4-inch pot, and then put it back in here. I could probably put it directly into this, but I want to keep my options open in being able to switch the pots around. And so if I keep it in the plastic nursery pot, I have that option just to switch out the cover pot. Okay, just giving them a little tickle. I'm going to put it at the same soil line. Shake it down in there so it gets down in between the roots. So this cactus and soil mix is what I use. I think I've got pretty much almost all of my cactus and succulents switched over to this tanks green stuff, the cactus mix. And I have even some of my Hoyas in that too. But when Della tanks came out, I really liked the look of that, so I started using that for my Hoyas. Isn't that nice? Beautiful. And I will give this a good drink of water too. It'll perk up. So I'll give it some water and put it back over here under the grow light in the plant room. I don't think that I'm going to be mounting this ever. I'll probably just keep it in a pot. So that was the only one that I was going to do with the cactus mix. So let me change out the mix to the Della tanks and we'll pot up the rest. I want to thank today's sponsor, Tanks Green Stuff. They have a brand new website where you can go and get directly all of their organic products, the Della tanks, the cactus and soil mix, and the super mix fertilizer. If you use code Carmen10, you'll get 10% all of your product order. So make sure you head over there and get your 10% off. Okay, so I filled up the tub with some the Della tanks, and you'll see this does have pumice also, but it has much more compost in it. Organic. This is all organic. All of their mixtures are organic, and this also has lots and lots of nutrients in it, so I won't have to fertilize these plants for a while. If I do give it some liquid dirt, it's not going to harm it because that's organic also. But it's great if you're not into fertilizing a lot. This will hold the plant over for months. And it has the Tanks Green Stuff Super Mix fertilizer already in it. And it smells good too. I love the smell of soil. I know that sounds weird, but I do. So this is great for foliage plants. I've been using it for my Hoyas now and all of my foliage plants. So it's just wonderful. My Sansevieras I do put in the cactus mix, but I could put it in this also. I happen to have mine in the cactus mix. So what I'm going to be repotting are basically the plants I just got at Whitfield Nurseries. I'm going to be doing this Ficus Audrey here. Look at that, it's got a new leaf opening up there. It's nice and dry, but the soil doesn't have a whole lot of, it's separating from the sides, and it's got some whiteness to the top, a little bit crusty. So it's time that I replace this soil from the nursery. So I'm going to put it back in this 4-inch pot because it's not big enough to go into a 6-inch. Then I just have this little, it's kind of big for this, but I just have this cash pot that I'm going to put it in and put it in front of the east-facing window. So let me just squeeze this little guy. Oh, and it was probably ready for repotting because it looked like the roots were about to start coming out the bottom. That. So this is fairly dry because I have not watered it. Actually, I haven't watered it since I brought it home because I wanted it to dry out for the repotting. And I know many of you do not repot fairly soon after you get your plants home, you leave them. I do that sometimes also. It depends on the look of the soil and how the plant's doing. If I see the soil has some buildup on top, like mold or this white crusty stuff from sediment and minerals and such, I'll replace the soil. If the plant is one that I know needs fast draining chunky soil and it's in a very thick, dense, peat-based type soil, I will replace the soil. I won't leave it in there for a long period of time. But if it's in soil already that I know is good and the plant's happy, the soil looks good, I'll leave it. But all of these plants I'm doing today fall under the category of need new soil. So that's why I'm doing that. it's not a black and white issue in the sense of yes you do, no you don't. You know, it depends. It's a gray issue. It all depends on the soil, the plant, time of year, even still growing season. Give it a good shake. It's really stuck to the roots down at the bottom, which again makes me think that it was ready for repotting. And some of the roots that I see are very dark I will pull off because those look old and like they're dried off. But a lot of these roots look very light in color, which is what you want them to be, like a beige, yellowy beige. Okay. A little bit at the bottom. Nestle her in. Audrey, I think you're gonna like this. Give it a little shake and turn her. That soil in between all those roots, so there's no air pockets in there, spaces. You don't want that. You want the plant and the roots to settle in with the soil evenly. When I give her water, I'll make sure and do that. So there's Audrey. This cache was a little bit big for her, but I didn't have another one that would fit. But she'll be fine in this. And she's going to go in the east-facing window. Give her a drink of water, clean her up, wipe down her leaves. She'll be happy, happy, happy. So the next one is this Peperomia. And this is the Angulata. What was it? Funky frog? And this one has some buildup on top. See if I can get it in there. A little bit of buildup on top. You can see kind of a moldy color, and the soil is separating. So, it's an old leaf. Let's take that off. So that's why the funky frog here is getting a new soil. Nice. Very nice. See the lightness and color in that? It's a happy plant. Happy plant, you can tell by the roots, but also all of the new growth. And I mentioned to you when I was doing the haul on this that it had a trail that was broken, and I did take them off and I had them propagating up there. I'll show you a picture of it here. So it's propagating in water up there. That's going to my mom. I know she does not have this plant. I think she'd get a kick out of it. So I'm going to put it in this ceramic pot that I had gotten at Michael's. It has the rattan design on the side. And it doesn't go all the way down, but that's good enough. And it's going to go on the table over here on a little pedestal candle holder. And I think that looks just beautiful. I really, really love the look of this plant. It's just gorgeous. And I do hope that those cuttings take root. But it's peperomia, so they should. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, which is also peperomia. This is Peperomia cruciifolia, red margin. And this one's blooming also. This needs to be out of the soil. There's 5 plants in here, so I don't know how they are as far as root systems, if they're intertwined, or what's going to be the issue here. Okay, the other camera went off, but let's keep going now that I've got it back on. Okay. A little tap. Okay, the one I'm going to be using, this actually I had my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma in, this blue ceramic one. It does have a hole and a lip, but I'm going to use it as a cache pot. And drop this guy right in there. And I'm not sure where I'm going to place red margin here. Probably, I have room on that table. I may do it there, or I may put it in the living room. So we'll see. So the next one, last one, is the Tradescantia white velvet. This is the one with the fuzzies on it. And I'm going to be taking off, I'm not going to put it as a hanging plant right now. She's dry. It's very dry. I haven't watered her. She's got some leaves down towards the bottom that are kind of yellowing. See that? So I may take some of those off. I have taken off some of the dead ones already. But I can see the soil inside has buildup on it. When I was taking some of the leaves out, one of the stems broke, and I have it over like that. So I'll put this one with that one. Dang it. That's the thing about Tradescantia, is their stems break so easily. You can't be rough with them. Ooh. Okay. So we've got, see that? Very dry. So I'll have to take, yeah, this is very, very dry. I may eventually make this a hanging plant, but it's growing in an upright fashion, so we'll see. The pot, the cache pot I'm going to put it in is a bit heavy to be a hanging pot, so for now it'll be on a tabletop somewhere. lots of soil on these fuzzy leaves. Oh, Rosie's barking at something. The gardeners. Let's try. Oh, here they come. I was trying to finish this before they come. So the it says medium to high light indoors, water when soil surface is dry. I think that is where I have made my mistakes in the other Tradescantias, friends. I think many of you, my last Shop With Me video, mentioned to me that your Tradescantias, you let them dry out completely before watering. I wasn't doing that because so many of these tags say water when the top portion is dry, you know? And that's what I was doing, but I think that's where I went wrong, that I overwatered them. Now the one outside dried out very quickly because it's outside, very hot temperatures, the soil would dry out quickly. So for my indoor ones, I'm gonna treat them like my peperomias and my succulents inside, where I let them dry out completely and then water. I think this may be too small. It's like Goldilocks, too big, too small. I think this one's better. It actually has some of the tones in the blue-green coloring of the leaves with the pot. So I think I'm going to use this one instead. So let me get these watered and in their places, and I'll show you where they're at. So the Peperomia red margin went right here in front of the patio door, but she's under a new grow light setup too. I had a plant hanging there, but I decided to do the same as I did in the plant room and put a bulb with a basket, and now I can put plants here that need light, like the slipstick plant, some succulents or cacti, euphorbias, and now this is where the Peperomia red margin's going to live. Now the Tradescantia white velvet I put up on this pedestal. This is a pillar candle holder that I had thrifted. It was just regular brown wood. I painted it and scuffed it up a little bit, made it a little bit shabby. And now it's going to hold up this beautiful Tradescantia white velvet. And I just love, I turned her this way because it looks like she was more that way, turning that way because of the sun, I guess. And so I wanted to turn back this way. But look at the purple undersides. Isn't that gorgeous? So all of these have had their drink of water. Let's go take a look at the other ones. Now the Peperomia Angulata Funky Frog is up on this candle holder. I've had this for ages. I don't even remember where I got it actually. It may have been thrifted. So I put her up here. Now this is the raindrop Peperomia I was telling you about, that I believe this one is in the Tank's Green Stuff Cactus mix. So be next to here. I'm trying to save this Peperomia watermelon, what's left of it. Oh, that's probably the only Peperomia that I just can't. So, but the funky frog here is going to be nice and happy there. So the ant plant is on this shelf here under this grow light. Seems to like it. And it's already starting to perk up a little bit after the watering. So I think it's going to like its chunkier mix. Well, I hope you enjoyed that repot with me video, friends, and please do make sure to take advantage of that discount code Carmen10 on the Tank Screen Stuff website. I'll leave all the links down below, and you can take advantage of this great soil that I'm basically transferring all of my plants over to, one or the other, and they seem to be loving it. Thanks so much, friends, for spending a little bit of your day with me today. I will see you in the next video. I think we're going to go do some more shopping, and I've got a surprise for you, and it may involve a Thai constellation. So I'll keep that a secret. I'll see you in the next video, friends. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye now.